Okay, in this video we're going to talk about matrix multiplication. Not every set of matrix can be multiplied, so that's the first thing we will look at. So what I would always do is figure out what the size of the matrix are and then compare. So this is row. Oops. This is rows, this is columns, rows, columns. And when you write the kind of matrix, you always go row by column. So this would be a 2 by 2. All right, and then this guy would be a 2 by 3. Okay, to be able to multiply, these guys should match. They do. And if you want to find their new type, it's the other two numbers. So this is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. Okay, so this guy, same idea, say row by column. So this is a 3 by 2 row by column. And this is a 3 by 3. Okay, these guys don't match, so therefore I can stop and I can't multiply them. So I'm just going to write can't here. Okay, so now we're going to multiply these. I'm going to check that they can be multiplied. This is a 2 by 2, and this is a 2 by 2. Okay, so these guys match. So in the end, I'm going to have a 2 by 2 because of these guys, the outside guys. So this is going to be a 2 by 2. All right, so when I do this, I'm going to multiply this row by this column. All right, and I'm going to start with this times this, and then I'm going to switch and do this times this, and then I'm going to add them. Okay, so 1 times 2 is 2, and then I'm going to say plus 5 times 3 is 15. All right, then I'm going to jump to the second column and do the same thing. So I'm going to do 1 times negative 2, and then I'm going to do the 5 times 5. So that's going to give me 1 times 2 is 2, and then I'm going to say 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so I took care of the first row. I'm going to jump into the second row and do the same thing again with each column. So now I'm going to go negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then I would do 3 times 3. The 3 times 3 is 9. And I'm going to jump to the next column and do the same thing. And so now I'm going to do negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, then I'm just going to add. And my final column will be 17, 27. This is supposed to be 5, 19. Okay. So this was the second. So this should have been negative 2, right? 1 times negative 2 and then 5 times. Okay, so this should be 23 instead. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so that should be 23. All right, so if we look at the next one, this I'm going to check out is a 2 by 3, and then the other way is a 3 by 2, right? 3 by 2. These match, so in the end, I'm going to have a 2 by 2, which is kind of nice. Okay, so I'm going to go row by column. Okay, so that's going to give me 2 times, okay, no, I'm going to do the 2 times the negative 3. I'm going to go the negative 1 times the 2, and then I'm going to go the 3 times the 5 for the first term. Okay, so that gives me a negative 6 plus negative 2 plus 15. Okay, and I'm going to jump to the second column and do the same thing. So 2 times 1, negative 1 times 4, and then 3 times 2. Okay, so the next thing is going to be 2 times 1 is 2. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, so, and then 3 times that, so that's plus 6. Okay, so now I get to jump to the second row, and I'm going to do that all over again. So that's going to be, I'm going to do the 1 and the negative 3, the 3 and the 2, and the negative 2 with the 5. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Okay, and then I'm going to jump to the next column. 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And then I'm going to say plus 3 times 4 is 12. And then I'm going to do negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. All right, and then I just got to do my add-on. So negative 8 plus 15 is 7. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. Okay, so 3, negative 7. And then 8, 9. And that is my final matrix for that. So that's how you would multiply matrices. Again, not every matrices can be multiplied. It's a little tedious and it takes practice. Just make sure you're doing this each row with each column part. So each row number gets another column's number. And that is it.